I saw something the last 2 Saturdays that was very disturbing to me in the Alabama football program.
Oh, there you go. I knew he'd come to
I
something serious.
I saw an Alabama coach strike a player on his backside, and it wasn't one of those congratulatory pats. He was disciplining this player on national TV. Now, Vern Lundquist and Gary Danielson,
Spanking?
neither one of them even brought this up. Player went by me, went wham, and he was cursing at him. That was 2 weeks ago when they lost.
But they got pads on their back, right?
No. Come on, that's got nothing to do with that. I'm talking about, listen where I'm going here. Last week, Blake Sims, the starting quarterback of Alabama, made a mistake in the game. Lane Kiffin, the offensive coordinator, said, what the, and you can read his mouth, is he doing out there? Blake Sims walks over to the sideline. Nick Saban, the coach, turns around with his hand and cracks him across the behind. And I've known Nick Saban for years. I was stunned. I said to myself, it's bad enough that the coach did this, the assistant coach. Does he realize he's on television doing this? Did he ever do this to A.J. McCarron, his white quarterback? And it's a black player that you're slapping on his behind.
No, he's a player, Jim.
No, he is a African-American player, and I know how sensitive race is in this country. To see something like that, I said, there's got to be some people out there that saw this, and I can't be the only one that saw this. And whether he was black or white, I would have been upset if that was my son.
Fair enough.
If he'd have did that to my son,
make
you
that
can
distinction.
believe
I
Jimmy
get
Myers
that.
would have been down there on the field, and I have white children too. I'd have been down on the field and say, hey, Nick, get a grip. Something's wrong with you. This game it's gotten you. Something is wrong. Maybe those national championships have gone to your head. You don't have the right to treat a player like that. And I'm just amazed. Saw nothing about it on the internet. Saw nothing. And it's on CBS. It's right on network TV. When he whacked him, I said to myself, what next? What are you going to do? Is take his helmet off and slap him across the face?
Now, hang on a second. I wonder, because this has happened in basketball practices, and coaches have lost their jobs because of it.
Yes, that's what I'm telling you.
I understand that.
The Rutgers coach lost his job.
So is there a distinction, like Joe Joyce brought it up, they got pads. Is it the fact that they're so padded? You are upset. I get about the act.
It was the intent.
The heat of battle.
It was
They got
the
pads
language.
on.
No, it was the language.
Trying to get his attention.
Look on his face. No, I don't listen to me. Got to smack a person on their behind like that on national TV to embarrass them, to make them play. Something is wrong with me. I'm not coaching him well enough. Nick, become a better coach, because that's totally out of line. And I just can't believe you guys don't get this. Well, it's not that they're not getting it, but I'm just saying I couldn't believe that the phones weren't ringing off the hook, because Vern Lundquist and them just passed over it like, oh, that's just typical for what happens. Let me tell you something. If that was my child, Nick Saban, I'd be in his office when that game was over. And I'd tell Nick, turn around, Nick. Let me do the same thing to you that you just did to my son. And let me see how you like it. And this is in the privacy of your office, because I'm going to wham you. I'm going to give you one like you gave to him. This is a 21-year-old young man. He's not some little 3-year-old that you have to spank to play quarterback for Alabama. Are you crazy? I never saw him.
The kid's making a lot of money for his school, isn't he?
The young man.
The young
He's
man at
making
age
a ton
20.
of money for that school. But I'm just saying, I watched A.J. McCarron play, and I watched him win 2 titles in 3 years. Regardless of how bad A.J. played or whatever, I never saw Saban act like that on national television. Don't you realize there are cameras watching from every angle? And
Isn't the team struggling a little bit more this year?
Yes.
So he's getting frustrated. He's got a lot of pressure, and obviously he probably lost it. Now, is it a race issue? I don't know. I think it's just the heat of a battle.
We're going to find out.
Yeah, I just think
We're going to find out.
It's a heat of
I bet you there's a bunch of people out on YouTube that's watching this saying, wait a minute, which stream are you?
Everybody's
I need to
expecting,
go back and see that tape.
I mean, they're all expecting a national title. He's expecting a national title. And when these teams are going, oh, you have 1 loss, 2 losses, you're done. You're not getting your national title. So, I mean, if his quarterback is not doing his job, obviously.
That's not the Nick Saban that I know.
No.
The Nick Saban that I know has never lost his mind like that. I'm saying maybe there's something wrong with Nick Saban. Maybe this whole thing has gotten him. And maybe it's pushing him over the edge. I'm more concerned about that.
Absolutely.
Because I played for crazy coaches in my life. And believe me, they did some stuff back in our day, my day, that you would dare try today. And
so
to see that.
You don't think he would do that to A.J. McCarron, but he would do it to this quarterback?
I don't know. I just didn't think it. I didn't think it because I never saw it. Right. I never saw him act like that. I never saw him lose it like that. Joe, he lost it.
Oh, he's on the edge, obviously. I mean, sometimes when there's
Joe,
too much pressure, you
better
lose
take a
it.
step back and think that maybe coaching Alabama is not what I think it's supposed to be. Because that's not the image. Remember,
exactly.
he still
These
gotta
are
go,
students and
He
all that.
still has to go into
not
people's houses and
They're
talk to
indentured
mothers
servants who
and
make
talk
lots
to
of money
people.
for their
I'm
college.
trying to make you. This is bigger than just your football program. A bunch of people saw that on TV because people were calling me. Did you see what just happened? I said, I'll talk about it on Monday on the show with Jimmy. I said, but I'm telling you right now, people are going to immediately try to throw a race. I'm telling you, I wouldn't care what player he struck. It's wrong. You cannot do that. In college, you couldn't do it in the pros. If you did that, well, more than likely in the pros, the player would turn around and just knock the coach out.
I mean,
It probably would. I'm
This
telling
is not
you.
the first time this has happened, though. I don't think. I mean, if
First
you
time I
go
ever saw Nick Saban
high
do it.
school, college.
But he's talking about Nick Saban, but I agree.
Nick
I mean, coaches have kind of some in their players' faces. I mean,
I've seen it.
Yeah, I mean,
Yes,
this is
I
on
know
all
it
levels.
happened.
Face mask
It happened.
and getting in them like
Possibly
that.
happened in practice. I don't know. But I'm saying you let a nationwide audience see that. Something is wrong with that, Joe.
Well, I'll tell you what. Here's the thing. Nationwide audience sees everything now because everybody's walking around with a cell phone.
Hey, okay, but I'm just
So
saying.
I get it. I get you're upset,